He's the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game. You're tripping. How you high? No,
Greatest Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
Fuck.
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
I am your other co-host, Malin Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
And I am rolling hard, hot, and heavy from the PNW, the one, the only, the ladies' legend, G Money.
And
You weren't kidding.
Our special guest this week, we have none other than Frank. Oh, Frank, what is going on?
Not a whole lot. It's great to be back, guys. It's definitely been a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, we want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy week. Like I know you said you've got kids. We know how it goes. It is not easy to find the time to do shit like this, so thank you so much for joining us once again. Folks at home, if you're new to the show, we always start off our show by cheersing. It brings us good luck, we like to believe. So if you would like to take a shot, a sip, a chug, whatever you got, start off the show the right way.
Put in my
Esther has to hydrate. Tired.
That's because he's
Gotta have some
What happens when you kill
him?
I don't want to know what G Money is about to say. Okay. So, on the queue this week, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to, first of all, we're going to handle our first round draft order for our fantasy league. Then we're going to get into the AFC North predictions on how each team is going to do this year. In the second half of the show, we're going to get to some comments and then what's up with that for the week. So, first half, I assure you, is going to be a lot longer than the second half. This draft order, the way we're going to do it, I was trying to do something with Khalif, my son, but it didn't really work out. So, plan B was just to spin a wheel virtually. So, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen on Discord. I'm sure this will work flawlessly, right?
Flawlessly. All
Yeah.
technology is good. Are you trying to do one of those where Khalif like throws a ball into something, or he like picks something?
It involved food, and he was eating normally, but it was like, this. I thought you were going to be more random with this, so this is not as interesting as it's going to be.
You just going left to right.
Exactly.
You're like, well, it looks like I set the order when I put the food down in front of him.
Yeah. Right. Discord. Yes, you can share screen. I have to quit and reopen Discord to do this? Are you serious? Wait, hold on. Let me try without doing that.
Figured out the echo. I believe in you.
All right. I just have to leave Discord and come right back in. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the stream on break really quick.
Beautiful.
I love technology.
They gave up 50 fucking hits.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they had little leaguers in there knocking fucking our pitchers all over the place.
Well, Nestor would have liked that
how
game. Hey, that came out weird. That wasn't wild. No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that came out really weird.
Because
Nestor
said Little League World Series was more
It was
interesting.
a good game. Connecticut and Nevada.
That's a pedophile. I apologize, Nestor. We know you like them Columbia women. No.
Good.
Yeah, the crazier the better.
The moment I said it, I was like, dang, man, someone's going to come knocking on this door.
Yeah, it sounds real fucking creepy.
Okay. I know you guys should be able to see my screen, correct?
I have to just like to watch it.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, me too.
There you
Just
go.
making sure the stream. Okay.
There we are.
Come up with something.
There we are.
The picker wheel. What is
Oh, Jesus.
Beggars can't be choosers here. All right, so I've got all of our names in here. So there's 11 of us this year. Yeah, so basically first name picked is the last pick in the first round of the draft. It's not confusing.
No.
So you don't
We're
want
going
to pick first.
Okay.
Correct. Last man standing gets first pick. All right.
Hope it's multiple score.
So I am going to. I'm just making sure everything's all good. Okay, here we go. Spin away. Okay.
Come on, Red. Come on, Red.
I can't see shit.
Landed on me, didn't.
I think it's just like a delay.
No, where? Landed on Spittle.
What?
Alien pros. Hey, no, still going. What is happening?
No.
Hell yeah! How did that happen? Oh.
All right, we all.
This kind of reminds me of being at work.
Reminds me of being at work. I guess it like it freezes my end. One spinning. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That's better.
There you go.
No! Oh! Crazy! Oh! What the heck? It's just like frankly, got one single pixel.
Oh, God.
It's a game.
See, now I'm like at work again. Yeah, that's what she said.
That's gonna be me. Damn it. Okay.
No, it's.
It is you.
Alright. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure I write this down in case this recording destructs.
You should probably reset it and just redo it.
Everybody else not on the damn show is like not getting picked. Three of us.
I know.
5 out of 11's on the first 3 is us.
I think it's like
Oh,
messed up.
And there's gonna be one for there. Oh my god.
I told you should read.
Stupid.
I mean, that's how it's working.
Hey, we should go
How
first.
should you meet then?
Yeah, we should.
We run this show. We can change it.
G Money, that means you're next.
Hey, that's exactly what it means.
No. Rough. That's June.
Just in case. Barely.
Proximity. Alright, let me take off Rough Riders. Okay.
There, baby. Oh, that's horrible.
Barry C. Team Meyer. First person not closely associated with this godforsaken show.
I don't even know who Meyer is. Who the hell is Meyer?
Fucking damn, 2019 AI.
It's it's his last name. I can't remember his first name right now. All right.
That's awesome. If someone we don't even know their first name,
It's either Jordan or I think it's Jordan.
right there.
Okay. That's more like it.
All right, here's my number. All right. All right, G, you might get the first pick.
Unbelievable.
Well, I got a 1 in 4 chance. Which means basically.
Draft, right?
Oh.
I swear to God, G1.
Johnson. That would make sense.
That legendary opening.
G Money really changed his fortunes last year. Right at 5. Oh! Number 3. Hey, 3.
I'm good. No, I was beginning to think if I got 1, I would hope I didn't Carolina or something, you know?
I feel like the fucking Diamondbacks at the second to last pick.
Well, the good thing is, since we're like in the further of the back window, we get our second pick. Like
Right up front.
So, there's some strategy involved there. You're gonna get the first pick. You really can't screw that first pick up. Like that guy has to stay healthy, and he has to.
Mm-hmm.
See.
So,
Okay, stop that. Okay.
all right.
Forever stop that. God.
All right.
All right, so to recap.
Thanks, Jalen.
Anytime. To recap, first pick goes to Evan. Second pick goes to Team Dowdy. Third pick, our very own G Money. Fourth pick, Azan Johnson. Fifth pick, Christopher. Fifth pick, Team Myers. Sixth pick, our very own June. Seventh pick, yours truly. Eighth pick, Malin. Ninth pick, Frank. 10th pick, Nestor. I'm missing somebody, or did I just miscount?
Did you miss multiple scoreisms? Score.
You said Christopher.
I did say Christopher.
Said Chris. Okay.
Just pull the wheel.
I don't know.
Pull the wheel back up from the very beginning and just count real quick. Like on your computer, can you do that?
Well, I can just go back in the stream real quick.
Hey, we only got 10 people. In that case, it really sucks that we're people have better picks than anyways. Cool.
Of course I can't.
Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to find 2 more people in the next like 3 days and add them in and just put them in the back end of the fucking order. We need to do.
That's exactly what needs to happen. If anybody wants to play.
Nestor, I need to email that guy back that wants you to date that other chick and see if he wants to play fantasy football.
Or if she wants to.
Yeah.
Or if she wants to.
No, but you guys want to play with just
Like, go to Gina if she wants to play some fantasy football. I don't know if that's really what she looks like. I don't know if that's what she looks like, but Nestor made it seem like that's what she looks like. He wouldn't share.
It's worse than
There are 11 of us here.
I mean-
was being stupid.
You miss somebody?
I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
Do you have more? Okay. You just couldn't count?
Correct.
Nice.
figure out the audio, but I cannot figure out the picker or counting to 11. All right. Well, that was anticlimactic.
That was interesting. Thanks for us. That's good.
All right. So
You're smarter than all those other people anyway, so we'll do fine.
let's get into some record predictions for the AFC North, shall we? Last division, we have hit all of the rest. So at this point, I know all of us had some tough decisions that we already made. Yeah, most of the schedule was already done, so this was pretty fast to just kind of check in. So yeah, we always start with the team that won the division first, and then we just follow the order that the division finished in. So starting with the Ravens, then going to the Steelers, Bengals, and then ending with the Browns. And we give a record prediction, and then of course why we think that, and any games you want to point out in particular. So Frank, since you are the guest, we will start with you, followed by G Money. So Frank, you are free to go with the Ravens.
Well, I mean, more to say, it's going to be interesting this year because obviously you don't have Justin Tucker there anymore. You replace him with a rookie from Arizona and Tyler Loop, who I think is honestly going to be a great kicker for them. So they're set up nicely there. And then, of course, you have Lamar Jackson, who very well could have won the MVP last year. And what's astounding is he seems to get better every single year. He's got Derrick Henry, he's got Bateman, and then you add DeAndre Hopkins to that offense. I honestly think Hopkins is going to be used more in this offense than he was in Kansas City. He's all more, and we're going to see, Isaiah Likely start to take over for Mark Andrews in the offense as well. And I think they stay pace, and they're going to win the division again, going 13-4.
I agree with a lot of what Frank said. I have them winning the division. I have them going 11-6 though. I don't know if Likely's going to be ready for week 1. Still have questions, with Travis Henry. As you get older as a running back, it's a lot of miles you got on those legs and on that body and a pounding. We'll see if he can replicate what he did last year. And yeah, you look at the schedule is a schedule that it should be, right? I mean, the tough games, Buffalo, Detroit, Kansas City. Really, when you look at it, that's about it. I mean, Houston, man, maybe. Just not quite sure what Houston's going to have. The Rams, maybe. I mean, maybe Stafford's back is so bad that he doesn't play, and you've got Stidham there playing quarterback for them. Minnesota, you don't know how J.J. McCarthy's going to do at quarterback. Cleveland, oh, well, we'll get to Cleveland. But anyway, I still have them 11-6. Have some questions at tight end. Have some questions at running back. How well is Travis Henry going to do? He does. He has a lot of miles on him. And we don't see a lot of running backs at his age that have a lot of miles. Sans, of course, Frank Gore, who seemed to have drank from the fountain of youth and I think played until his late 30s, be able to continue at a high tempo with that many miles.
I have them at 11-6 too. And last year we pegged one team that we thought it could potentially start getting hit by the injury bug, and if they did, that team wouldn't be able to recover. That was the 49ers last year. This year, the Baltimore Ravens are my team. And I'm picking is like, if you start getting injuries, you're kind of screwed because you don't have a whole lot of depth in important places. G Money brought up a good point about Derrick Henry. That man's a beast. Okay. But he's been playing a long time in the NFL without a substantial injury, no soft tissue, anything like that. You know who their backup running back is? Justice Hill.
Mhm.
You know the size of Justice Hill? He's 5'10", 205. He's not Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry goes down, that offense changes because he's one of those little muscle hamsters versus the bulldozer speed demon like a Derrick Henry. So like you automatically have to change your offense even if Derrick Henry just goes down a little bit because you don't have a capable backup that's even close to the type of runner that he is. I agree with Steve though or Frank that I do think that Hopkins is going to be better than what Odell Beckham was last year because in the beginning I was like, okay, well they brought in Beckham, he didn't really do anything. Now they're bringing in Hopkins. It's like kind of shuffling these guys past their prime. But I think he'll be more available. I think he'll get some better targets. I'm fine with that. Likely in Andrews, as long as Andrews is not trying to catch a touchdown pass in the playoffs. I think he's got pretty good hands, so I think he'll be fine. Offensive line is always good. Defense has been good. But when I look at the backups, though, and I was studying these backups, the amount of playing time they have, these guys don't have a shit worth of playing time as backups. So, like, if they start getting hurt, if they start getting that injury bug, this Baltimore team is going to be in a little bit of trouble. They're very top heavy as far as the skill, the talent they have. They don't have as much depth, but I'm still going with 11 wins. I tried to get to like 12 to 13, but I felt pretty safe at 11 there, and at 11, I still think that wins the division.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson is arguably at the moment probably the best quarterback in the league. I felt safer to at 11-6. Um, like man said, everybody else said, just if any type of injury storm hits this team, it's going to be pretty bad for their season because they do have a more of a difficult season. I don't think it will matter whether they have Hopkins or whoever they have at their wide receiver core. Personally, I just think their wide receiver core is horrible. Not a fan of Zay Flowers or anybody in there really. Derrick Henry, we're all like just waiting for that year to hit where he's injured or just completely falls off a cliff in numbers because statistically, most running backs by now, they hit that drop off. So yeah, I feel good at 11-6.
All right, another 11-6. By the way, June has them at 13-4. And then I also have them at 13-4. I've got a lot of faith in this team, man. Injuries aside, which I don't, of course, I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm going to just assume that they stay relatively healthy. They still have a tough season ahead of them. I mean, they're playing like a bunch of title contenders. Obviously, they've got their own division to compete with, but they also have LA, Houston, Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo, New England. I mean, they've got just a gruesome.
With New England. I like how you tried to sneak that one in there. We know New England will be better, but calm down.
They've got a gauntlet to go through. So they're gonna take some licks throughout this season, without a doubt. But I feel like they have so much talent all around their team that they can. To me, they're like the most talented team in football right now. So I've got them winning 13 games, winning their division, and I guess you can say pick it up where they left off last year. So yeah, 13-4. All right. let's switch on over to Pittsburgh. And Frank, we will have you go first here.
This was honestly probably my team to pick because one side getting Aaron Rodgers, in what he is capable of, what he has done, but realistically, he's not the same quarterback he used to be. He's not. We saw last year. We saw in New York. He's got some limitations now. He came off of an injury last year. He didn't look the same. They brought over DK Metcalf, so that's going to be an interesting move after moving Pickens to Dallas. We'll see if that. But I think everything that hinges for Pittsburgh's season is going to be on the defense. You brought in Jalen Ramsey. Out goes Minka Fitzpatrick. And, you still got TJ Watt. So just based off 3-game window, they could go anywhere from 7 to, 10 wins. But I'm going to put them right now at 7 and 10 just because you don't know what kind of Aaron Rodgers is going to be honest. And the strong end of that team, in my opinion, is going to be hinged on that defense. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 10.
Good.
I've got them going 9 and 8. I think with Aaron Rodgers, we're going to see Aaron Rodgers of the last 4 games with the Jets, where he was actually hitting his wide receivers. And I firmly believe that Pittsburgh's offensive line is better than the Jets. Defenses, Pittsburgh historically has had a good defense. At times it's had a great defense. I think their defense is good. I think the competition they're going to be playing isn't that good for the most part. And I think Aaron Rodgers, I think he will have a decent season. Will it be the season that the Jets thought they were going to get when they had him for one season and one game? Or the season that Pittsburgh thinks they're going to get? I mean, let's remember they had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson last year, and they still won games with them. I think they will go 9 and 8. Probably not going to make the playoffs. In fact, if I would look back on everything, they probably won't make the playoffs. But it'll be another winning season for Pittsburgh, and they'll have to figure out who their quarterback's going to be next year because they be drafting probably 14, 15, and the quarterbacks available won't be the ones they want.
This is the issue when you have a head coach that always wins you 9 or 10 games, but you don't do anything in the playoffs. You haven't won a Super Bowl in over a decade. And they're starting to be like the Colts where they're going to start bringing in these other quarterbacks. Like G Money said, they're going to need another quarterback next year. Aaron Rodgers is not the answer at quarterback for the next 5 years, and they're not in position to really draft their next franchise quarterback. But this is the second year in a row that I'm doing this where I'm predicting that, Tomlin is going to lose that streak of non-losing seasons. Really thought with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields it was going to happen. But I have them at 8 games. And I have them at 8 games for 3 reasons. One, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be good. I wonder if he can turn back the clock and be great. I think if this team is going to make the playoffs, I think he has to play great. DK Metcalf is really good at being a number 1 threat. If you have somebody like a Tyler Lockett being your number 2, they can just catch a bunch of balls, and he's not always the primary target. Does that make sense? And he's still immature. There's so many times that G Money and I, every single year, we thought he'd grow out of this. He starts getting, 15-yard flags for fighting people, roughing them up, or offensive pass interference, like all kinds of like just random ass penalties that he gets. Um, so I'm not sold on him being just a number one wide receiver with Calvin Austin and Robert Woods being your next two wide receivers. Robert Woods hasn't been a great wide receiver since 2021. Like he's been catching like 40, 50 balls a year since then. A lot of people forget that Robert Woods was Cooper Kupp's number two before Puka Nakua came on the field. And he's just been relegated, and I know when he was in Houston, there were people ahead of him. So maybe with him being on this roster, maybe he'll get more targets. Jalen Warren, not a lot of touches for a running back when you get rid of Najee Harris. He is averaging 4.3 yards a carry. But what really kind of worries me a little bit is this, and I hate to say it, but like the defense worries me a little bit because it really kind of hinges on whether or not TJ Watt's healthy. And if he gets hurt, like he got hurt last year, I don't know. Was Jalen Ramsey really a great pickup over Micah Fitzpatrick? Like, was that really doing it for anybody? Would that seem kind of like a wash? You got someone older and you get rid of I didn't really understand that move. Darius Slay, I do like Darius Slay. But I really found like 10 wins that they could or should win, but I went with 8 because I kind of feel like with the age of the team, new quarterback, new system, playing with new wide receivers, DK Metcalf being there. I decided to go on the low ball. I almost went with 9 like G Money, and because he said 9, I kind of felt like I should have gone with 9. But I'm gonna go ahead and guns with 8. I'm gonna go 8. 8 wins.
I got them at 9 and 8. I respect this team's defense a lot. I think it carries them over a few games that they would otherwise probably lose. Um, I don't trust the offense at all. But man, I think TJ Watt and that defense just uh carries them over a few games that, like I said, they'll probably otherwise lose. Nothing nothing on that offense really excites me. More so when your quarterback is just, I think it's one of the worst of the worst you could probably have. So yeah, none of the, like, if I'm looking at their roster right now, like DK has all the physical um acumen of like what would be a great receiver, yet he's, except one season he had, been kind of, sorry guys, a little mid, I guess,
Like
to be nice. So yeah, I think the defense carries them into a 9 and 8 record this season.
I'm right with you guys. Malin, I would like to echo most of what you said. 8 and 9 is where I have them, and man, where do you start on this team? There's a lot of moving pieces here. None of it very good, to be honest. Aaron Rodgers is what, 41 or about to turn 41? One of the two. That does not.
And he's a much older 41 than Tom Brady was
Yes,
at 41.
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
it does not bode well for NFL quarterbacks. Like, there was
I was
only
gonna
one
say,
Tom Brady.
Brady aged good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you couple that
How
with
do I-
a team that's known for not being very good on offense in the last, 5 years ish, it's like I don't understand how this is gonna work. DK Metcalf, I think there's a point where it's like I don't know if he's just immature. Or that's just who he is. He gets some of the dumbest offensive pass interference calls you'll ever see. And with him, if you look at the secondaries they're playing, if you really look at like who has like crafty veteran secondaries, who's going to purposely get under his skin and get him to act out.
Yeah.
Seattle's
There's
got
like
that.
8 of them.
Minnesota's got that. Green Bay's got that. Like, there's quite a few teams that are going to like. We know you. We know your quarterback. We know we're gonna get you guys at a source fast. So I've got them at 8 wins, and I think even that's giving them a little too much credit. But I was able to find them 8 wins here. Now the real fun part here is June's got them at 10-7. So
It's because June saw they have Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback. That part. I see it.
Likes Tyler Thompson. And I would have loved to have seen the Pittsburgh Steelers with Pickens, though. Having Pickens and Metcalf in your wide receiver room with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. Because we all know this at least, that like Aaron Rodgers is not going to be happy if DK Metcalf ruins a 30-yard play with a stupid after the play penalty or an offensive thing going on the other side of the field. Like, Aaron Rodgers is not going to react the same way to the way that DK Metcalf does shit sometimes on the field, like Geno Smith or Russell Wilson would. He's going to be pissed off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's not the precision receiver that, like, when Aaron Rodgers was at his best, he always had these precision route running receivers, like a Jordy Nelson comes to mind. And DK Metcalf is not that guy. He's not a precision, like, route runner. He's a let me go over the top and I'll beat anybody on a jump ball.
He relies on his physicality.
It's just going to be interesting to me. It's going to be really interesting. I don't know. To see him on the Pittsburgh jersey is odd because he beat that team in the Super Bowl. It's like Russell Wilson all over again. You go from the team that you won a Super Bowl with to the team you beat. There's got to be some Steelers fans that are like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, that should be an over-under bet. Is how fast do Steeler fans turn on him? What did they get, week 4?
Oh! If they're 500 after week 6, they'll be like, Tyler Thompson, let's go.
All right, not last team. Second to last team here. Bengals. Frank, go right ahead.
Bengals are my team that obviously, I'm going 9-8 just based on their offense alone. I mean, you had Joe Burrow, who was 82 yards shy of 5,000 last year. Absolutely insane what he was able to do with the shortcomings of the defense, even getting playoff. And you just have all the distractions that have happened this offseason with Trey Hendrickson, the whole Shamar Stewart thing. They finally have him in the building, but now the whole Trey Hendrickson the distraction again. And now they want, a first-round pick and other guys coming back. So it's just going to be it's really going to be interesting to see who's actually on the defense to stop anybody. But offensively, other than, what they have at running back, maybe, I think offensively they can win 9-10 games. They just have to prove that they can beat the teams like Baltimore, Lions, and, but they can play with anybody offensively. They just have to prove that they can stop somebody.
This is very true. All right, 9-8. G Money.
Yeah, I have a 9-8 too. I had asked Mayon this question earlier this week, and is Joe Burrow this generation's Dan Marino? And they both went to the Super Bowl and lost it in their second year. Their stats are pretty similar if you look at it. They both had great wide receivers or wide receiver duos. The only difference is Miami's defense was better. And Cincinnati doesn't have a defense now. The issue with free agency is if you put all your money in your quarterback and 2 wide receivers, you've got no money to spend anywhere else. And so, you know, that's what they've got. They've got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, and they've got no money to spend on anybody else. So you either have to draft really well, or you need to trade one of your wide receivers and get some cap space and sign some of your own D players, because you cannot continue to put up 38 points a game and hope to win, because it's not going to happen. Not in this NFL. You're not going to do that.
I was going to say it's pointless if you're scoring 38 points and then turn around and allow 39.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, now I feel like there's 2 different Cincinnati Bengals teams that are going to come out this year. There is Joe Burrow playing all 17 games, and there's Joe Burrow not playing all 17 games. And seeing the Washington Commanders in the second preseason game, and the Bengals are saying that we live or die by Joe Burrow, and I see Joe Burrow running for his life 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and end up getting tossed around like my kids using plushies in a fucking pillow fight. I was like, I don't know if this man's going to make 17 games, because no one's talked about how god fucking awful this offensive line is yet. I mean, it's a preseason game, and Burrow's already running like he's in the movie World War Z, and he's playing Brad Pitt. Like, it's insane what this offensive line is. Like, when you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow and you have an offensive line like what you have, I'm like, I don't think you're taking the NFL seriously, to be honest with you. You want him to get hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 9 wins. I wanted to go with 11. 11, if Joe Burrow starts every single game, I got him at 11. But I don't think he's going to start every single game, so I got him at 9. Still a winning record, because I think Jake Browning is one of the better backups that the NFL has. He showed that last year when Burrow went out. He played well for a few games. I had questions last year at running back. But Chase Brown didn't do that bad. He ran for almost 1,000 yards, 990 yards, 4.3 average. You still got Chase. You still got Higgins. Don't like the offensive line. Defensively, you guys have already said it. I saw a stat last night, I think, when G Money and I were talking about it. The NFL, or the Bengals, were 2-2 when scoring over 34 points a game. 2-2. The rest of the NFL was 55-3 when they score over 34 points a game. So you had 55-3, and then you had 2-2. Why? Because your defense sucks ass. Without Hendrickson, I can't even remember the name of the rookie that held out that is now in camp. I don't know. He's a rookie. What the fuck's his name? But without Hendrickson, I can't name another starter on that defense. Just feels like Miami 2.0 without the concussions. But I think you're still going to have injuries because Burrow doesn't have an offensive line. You're paying a lot of money to your wide receivers. You're paying a lot of money to your quarterback. And I really hate it for Burrow, because I think Burrow is legitimately top 3 or 4 quarterback in this league. He showed it with his stats last year, not even finishing the year. Like, his stats were insane. Even though I don't think I think he missed 4 games?
No, he played all 17 games last year.
All 17 games last year? Okay, the year before maybe
I don't
he
think
did.
he got.
Yeah, the year before.
Yeah.
The year before. But he just I'm just worried about Burrow's health. I think this team ride or dies on the health of their quarterback. I'm not a believer in the backup, or if you get Jake Browning out there, after that's Desmond Ridder. This offensive line is going to kill quarterbacks. I'm telling you, man. So I'm going 9 wins. I'm gonna go 9 because I don't think that Browning is going to play all the whole year. I think he's Yeah, the way I saw Washington throw him around in preseason, that made me worried. I don't know if you guys saw the play that I saw, but like he literally had to run 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then one guy grabbed him and spun and threw him into his own offensive lineman, and then the defensive lineman fell down on him. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like,
You can't
it's
allow
like,
that
save
to your
man's
quarterback.
life. Yeah, in the preseason. So
No
yeah,
shit.
if postseason lives or dies with that offensive line, I don't like it. So that's why I'm going 9-win.
G Money, what was your record prediction again?
9-8.
It was 9-8 too. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
Nestor.
I got them at 10-7. Yeah, on the Dan Marino comparison, I feel like Joe Burrow gets sacked a lot more because he tries to do things with his O line that are humanly almost like impossible. Um, Unfortunately, he just has a terrible O line, just like in Miami with Tua. Uh, Hopefully he stays healthy because he is, like Milan said, like probably a top 4 quarterback when he's healthy. Um, I like Chase Brown. For the running game, I think he's fast. Hopefully he stays healthy. Other than that, of course, you got Chase and T. Higgins. So yeah, I got them at 10-7. Hopefully that O line holds up.
Right.
I also would like to say
and-
one other thing, Jalen. Their tight end room is kind of good. They got Mike Gesicki and Noah Fant. Now, Noah Fant
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of great years with Seattle, but Seattle doesn't use tight ends the way they should, i.e., when we had Jimmy Graham. So maybe he has a little bit of a like that last option, that little dump option with the tight end. So Gesicki and Fant are good, but still the offensive line, Jesus Christ! I'm just looking at the names. I'm like, ah.
Andrew Sample.
I
Old
goofed with
Cardinals
this
offensive
team.
lines.
This is the team that I was just checking off wins for them when they were playing against other teams as we were going down the list, not really thinking. And then when it came time to actually pick them, I was like, oh no, what have I done? So I've got them at 11 wins, unfortunately.
Oh shit!
And
I said they could be 11.
it
Said they
is.
could.
I couldn't undo these picks. It was too far gone. So, yeah. So they're gonna have to win a lot of shootouts in order for them to get to 11 wins. But their defense is really bad. Like I heard someone say that they probably have the worst defense in the NFL, and I was like, I'm not mad at that. I feel like that could actually be pretty true. We'll see here, but it's definitely one of the worst. So, yeah. They've got some tough games. Frank, I'm curious to know, Week 17 against your Cardinals. Obviously, this is very far in advance, but how are you feeling about that matchup?
Honestly, like, we have expectations this year, which is really weird. So I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. But as long as we're in the 9-10-ish win range and we're in that hunt, I mean, I'll take it. I'm just excited to see some football. I think Kyler Murray finally has the most complete team he's had around him since he's been in the NFL. You know, when you're comparing starters, depth, etc., coaching, you name it.
That's fair.
Are you worried about Call of Duty Black Ops coming out? That might be Kyler Murray. I'm sorry. I know it's a bad joke. It happens.
You're good.
Yeah. I love. He's a little hamster running around there throwing the ball, but the Call of Duty thing with Kyler Murray is just funny to me. I honestly don't even know where it started. It must have been in an interview where he talked about it. This this Call of Duty Kyler Murray thing is just it's funny. I got to bring it up
it's
every
funny.
year. I got to try my best to keep it alive.
You're good. I mean, it is funny
Isn't
because
he
he's actually getting paid by Call of Duty now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a rep. He's like
Doesn't
sponsored
he
by him.
stream on Twitch?
Awesome.
Where he
Yeah.
listens to
Yo,
does.
I think
Yes. Awesome. I think he's probably the only football player that's sponsored by like a video game. Awesome. And whether or not you want that out of your quarterback, I don't know. Good hand-eye coordinator, maybe. If he's good at Call of Duty, I don't even know if he's good at Call of Duty. He probably is, with all the time he spends on it. But
I shouldn't be asked.
All right.
I
you
wish
got
I
the
had
head
that
looks
kind
like
of
Marine
Call of Duty.
Raptors.
I gotta be honest though, like I don't even know how. Guys, I gotta be honest. I have no idea how Kyler Murray has the time to stream playing Call of Duty as an NFL quarterback. I really don't understand it because here I am just being a store manager at Starbucks. I'm like, I ain't got no time to play video games. I love video games. I relish the years when I was younger and I could play video
For real.
games. Like, I can't do it
Yeah.
as store manager at Starbucks. This man's an NFL quarterback. He's on Twitch getting paid. I'm like, your contract ain't enough, Tyler? They paying him enough money.
And he's got mouths to feed, you know? It's
God, I'll forever.
June has the Bengals at 8-9, so there's that. So
Yeah, well,
you guys
close.
are around the same. All right, last and certainly least, we have Cleveland. Oh, God, Cleveland. All right, Frank, go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, the team with 10 quarterbacks. Have them going 7-10, and I mean we all know Joe Flacco is starting the year. They do have some intriguing rookies in Isaiah Bond, who they just signed, who I honestly think is going to be seen a lot early on, and then you got Judkins, the running back, that's going to be taking over for Mr. Everyday. But I just, outside of some of the skill position players that they have, I just don't. And you obviously, besides Myles Garrett, I need to see more if I'm gonna put them higher than 7 wins, and their talent needs to come together a little more. And then, of course, who knows how long Joe Flacco could be in for the first 3 or 4 games, and then they throw it to Shadur or Gabriel. It's always, any given day in Cleveland. We all know this. But yeah, I have them going 7-10 until they prove me otherwise and actually can big games.
Yeah, I got him 6-11. A wise man once said, if you have 2 quarterbacks that can start, you don't have any quarterbacks. They've got 5 quarterbacks. Ain't none of them really can start. I mean, Joe Flacco, 41. I mean, more power to him. He's going to make more money these 3 games that he plays than he would have made if he had not played at all. And then do you start Gabriel? Do you start Sanders? Oh, let's not forget that Deshaun Watson at some point will be ready to play. And are they going to keep Small Hands Pickett? Are they going to keep him? I mean, you don't need. If you've got 5 quarterbacks, you have an issue because you don't know. And if you're going to start a 40-year-old as your quarterback, and it's like, okay, 2 games, 3 games maybe. I do like their defense, though. I really do like their defense. And that's what's kept them in games the last 2 seasons has been their defense because their quarterback play has not been good. They got hoodwinked with the Deshaun Watson deal. And then they just, I mean, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's like you think it's fantasy football, so you're drafting this, you're signing this guy, thinking, yeah, I'm gonna win my league. You're not winning shit. It's not fantasy. You don't need 5 quarterbacks. Even in fantasy football, you don't see very many people drafting 5 quarterbacks. It just, even they're smarter. I mean, Billy Bob Joe Banks from fucking the Ozarks isn't drafting 5 quarterbacks in fantasy football. I mean, here we are in Cleveland, though. We've got 5 quarterbacks. We're quarterback rich.
Oh.
No.
He had 6.
All right, 6. I got him at 6-11.
I don't understand this franchise, other than the fact that I know that they have a dumbass owner who has too much money. I don't know how this guy was able to take the pilot gas station business that he has and used to be a co-owner of the Steelers, now is the owner of the Browns. I mean, maybe he really is like a closet Steelers fan and just wants to fuck this team up. Like maybe that's what's really happening. He's like, hey, don't worry about it, guys. I got enough capital to spend. I'm gonna make sure the Browns never catch us ever. Because he's made two of the dumbasses as an owner. You got Baker Mayfield that took you to the playoffs, and then you get rid of him for Deshaun Watson. And then this year in the draft, everyone has said that he's the one that said you need to draft Shedeur Sanders in the 4th round, even though they drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. Everyone is saying that the owner that was an owner pick. All you did was throw this team into chaos. Because Shedeur Sanders is the most like 3rd rail quarterback rookie that you could talk about. Everyone's going to want him starting. You're always going to have turmoil at the quarterback position. And so, like, the fact that Kenny Pickett, Little Piggly Pickett, is number 2 on your depth chart when you have 2 rookies is insane to me. Why you're still keeping him when you drafted 2 rookies? Didn't do anything at Pittsburgh. What has he shown you that he should be backing up Joe Flacco? And Joe Flacco's been in the league for 17 years. And he's only thrown for over 20 touchdowns 6 times, and he hasn't done it in the last 7. Okay. I know there's some nostalgia because he brought the Browns to the playoffs on the backs of Myles Garrett and that defense. But I mean, you don't have Nick Chubb anymore. Jerry Jeudy was kind of a bust in Denver. And I don't really think that's Russell Wilson's fault. Some people say it is. Njoku, he's got a burnt off face. I don't know. That defense is elite. Defense is elite. But you're going to have turmoil at the back position the entire year. I got him at 4 wins. 4 wins is why I got him because I swear to God, and I'll say this knowing that like I'm not the biggest Shedeur Sanders fan, but he probably in a 17-game season, if you start him all 17 games, probably gives you the best chance to win your most games. Probably does because he does have that improbability. He can escape the pocket and do shit like Russell Wilson used to be able to do. But the Browns are set that they're going to go Flacco, Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and then Shedeur. So you might see Shedeur Sanders by like week 13, and they might squeak out a couple other games. And Myles Garrett, I mean, he's probably going to take someone else's helmet off and hit him with it at this point with the bullshit he's dealing with. The amount of money he's getting paid ain't worth this fucking garbage, man. Like, they've had years with Myles Garrett to figure this shit out, and they ain't figured it out. They got a good old line, but Jerome Ford is not Chubb. They don't. I just don't see it. I got 4 wins, and I still think that's being generous. This this team is like just a bunch of monkeys trying to hump a football. Like they just can't figure it the fuck out. And meanwhile, Baker Mayfield is balling out in Tampa. So that's exactly what they deserve.
Yeah, I predict that by week 4, week 5, the people of Cleveland will be up in arms because Shador is not playing. I think they handled the preseason games horribly. The kid did well, and then the coach refused to refused to talk about how he played well. I don't know what the hell's going on on in that organization, that team. Why you can't just admit that Shador's playing well? Um, just a horrible organization, and their defense does keep them in it. I got them at 4-13, but I suspect Joe Flacco will go down, and then any quarterback they put in there besides Shador is going to be awful, absolutely awful. And we're going to hear it by week 4, week 5. The media is it's going to be a talk, pretty big conversation. I guarantee it. Four wins. 4 wins. 113. I mean,
Oh, they're probably losing their first 5 easy. That is that's an insane start to the season.
for me, for me, for me and Jalen's sake, hopefully they go 0-8. Right after those 5 games, the Dolphins and the Patriots.
They will not be favored in their first 8 games. I mean, you got the Bengals, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, New England. The only
They're
game
brutal.
that is like a question mark to me is like, what is JJ McCarthy doing in Minnesota? Like, is he able to run that offense the way Sam Darnold was, his efficiency, uh, by week 5 of the NFL season? But that is a brutal 8-game stretch. Brutal 8-game stretch.
For anybody.
Shador's like, you guys got that.
Shador's like, "I'd rather wear my watch on the sideline right now. That's cool. You guys go and get shit kicked in. I'll come back week 10, like, start me week 10 during the Jets, and
Perfect.
then, find a way for me to not play against Baltimore. Maybe I'll come back against the Ravens." So it's like it's just
Like let me come in and play against the Raiders, and maybe I'll play against Tennessee and Chicago.
like, the crazy thing is that just a few years ago, they had Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, and Myles Garrett on their team. Like, that wasn't that long ago, guys.
And
It wasn't.
and Baker
And I do think that someone like a Dylan Gabriel could end up having a really good career as a backup, like a Jake Browning out of Washington, him out of Oregon. Like they have pretty similar style of play. But when you draft him in the third round, when you don't have a quarterback in front of him, and then you immediately draft somebody as electric is Shador Sanders in the media right behind him, you're already setting up your third round pick to fail. And the Browns are not a team that's going to give either one of them a chance to develop. They're going to murder these people. Daniel Jones will have had more years to establish himself as an NFL quarterback than Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders will with the Browns. Those are for the first half. Probably not.
Here for the whole thing.
think Daniel's going to have a sophomore slump?
He is.
Yes, we are.
Because I don't.
We're going to think Daniel.
I do not think he's going to have a sophomore slump. In his rookie year, 6.5% completion percentage, damn near 500, 891 yards.
So that tells you their rushing game sucks.
If you think it does.
That's horrible.
In 1,000 plus yards went to his number one receiver who's
holding
those
out.
Numbers
And those were Dak's numbers, you'd have to go to the bathroom.
No, because I know no. The Dallas Cowboys, if everybody's healthy, they have an offense that can play with anyone.
What week is Dak going to get hurt? Because that matters.
He's not.
It does matter a little bit.
He's not going to get hurt.
If he doesn't get hurt, I have him at 6 wins.
Ouch.
You have lost. You have lost your damn. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think so.
How much money do you want to put on that 6 wins?
First of all, the head coach is fighting for his job. He's not going to go to Jackson Dart until that's his only option. And that will be his only option by that time.
If they're starting week 9, I don't think they're having 7 wins.
No.
June has them probably at 2.
I got the Giants going 3-14. I have no faith in this team whatsoever. The first 4 games of the season, Washington, Dallas, the Chiefs, and Chargers. Those are 4 losses. They're starting the month off 0-4. They're going to beat the Saints, and then they go through a stretch where they play the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, season over. 3-14 for this team.
I have the Giants at 7 wins.
Damn.
Name them. Please name them.
Yeah. You want me to name them? Well, okay, first of all, before I name the wins, I'm going to get into the why. I took quarterback stats of the last 2 years to figure out who my top 5 are going to be. Patrick Mahomes at number 5. You look at the stats. I got Goff number 4. I got Mayfield number 3. He's got more touchdown passes than any other quarterback.
Man, y'all laughing at mine.
And then I got Allen, then I got Lamar. Prove me wrong with Baker. He's had better stats than Patrick Mahomes year to year over the last 3 years. Look at Baker's stats versus Patrick Mahomes' stats at least the last 2 years. Tell me who played better quarterback.
fuck?
Well, I just walked 2 miles in this damn stadium.
Can I get a Miller Lite, man?
Okay.
Hey.
I like your shirt.
It's like $18. Fuck. We're Road G. Seats 21, 22. And LSU.
I apologize.
Oh, drinks.
You're good.
You're good. I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. The Bucs ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Technically, it's 101st.
Holding. Bring that shit back. You're a wizard. $1 more would have gotten you a highlight. They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, sir.
There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, sir. The Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn. Well, there goes our points. There goes our points.
Why are you so mad, man?
Tyler Bubbles.
He's so angry. They're going to the exit!
Henry on the carry. Held down by Levante David. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
Y'all lucked out with Brady. You lucked out with Brady. 3.
Yeah, shit don't matter. Better hit before that.
So you bet me 4-3?
Yeah, we 4-3, and we gonna win our division. Y'all will not.
You're not even
Falcons.
Atlanta's
way better than y'all.
You crazy.
Oh, shit. Atlanta's way
Giannis is better than the Joker right now?
Well, maybe I think he was talking about like a few years back.
Oh no, not right now. During that time period, Giannis was a better player.
During the 3 years that the Joker won the MVP, Giannis was better.
And Giannis won a championship.
Jokic won one too.
He won one.
Giannis won
So
one.
did Giannis.
That's right. They both won one. So tell me why Joker won 3 and Giannis didn't win at all.
Because he's got better numbers.
He's a better basketball player than Giannis.
He also had better people around him too. He had better help. He had a deeper bench. He had everything around him. When he won the championship, that was Giannis. During that time period, Giannis was a better player.
They 4-13. It was their first 7 games. The Steelers, the Bills, the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Panthers, and the Bengals. Not one of those teams.
They can't beat the Panthers.
They can't beat Miami.
They don't have a quarterback. Jets are not a good football team right now.
Tyreek Hill gets locked up. I'm not talking about the cops. I'm talking about the defense. Whenever he faces competent defense, especially later in the season, he gets locked up. You can't do anything. He's not that Tyreek Hill that we're expecting like explosive plays from him. Waddle fell off a cliff because you could argue because of Tua. Also, Jordan Poyer, former Bills, he said he wouldn't go above and beyond for any of those Dolphins players. There's a problem in that locker room. There's a problem with the organization. And honestly, we have a quarterback, although he wants to play, sometimes when he's actually there, it just doesn't seem like he's competent or he's really trying. Because that game against the Bills last season, please get that guy off. Because he how many interceptions did he throw before he got a concussion? He made horrible decisions. At the end of the day, it's just the Bills division, unfortunately.
Who are your top 5 running backs going into this 2025 season. I actually have Jonathan Taylor at number 5. At number 4, I've got Bijan Robinson. He actually had about 25 yards total less than Jonathan Taylor, but he has more touchdowns and less fumbles, so I got to put him ahead of Jonathan Taylor going into this coming year. At number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. I still think Jahmyr Gibbs is underrated. The man didn't fumble the ball one time last season and still put up 16 touchdowns, so I got to put him at 3. Man is still slept on somehow. And then, of course, at 2 and 1, just the overall. Derrick Henry at 2, Saquon at number 1. Let us know who are your top 5 running backs in the comments below. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet, the second half of your favorite show, AFR. Excuse me, episode 250. Joined by all of your favorites. We got Frank sticking around here. Folks, if you are not aware and you want to follow Frank on TikTok, it is always linked down in the description below. So if you want to just click through that, you can find his TikTok there. He also has his own podcast. Do you want to fill in the folks at home on your podcast, Frank?
Absolutely. So yeah, I started my own podcast with a couple of my buddies, Dylan and Damien, and it's called the Fanatics Podcast with a capital A and a capital Z. We are on YouTube, and we deal with all things Arizona sports, and sometimes, actually pretty much every episode we dip into a little bit of everything, and then we even got a fourth guy that comes in with us too now. His name is Jack, and we just have a lot of fun, talk Arizona sports, and it's just good fun, just like it is here with you guys.
Love it. So be sure to check them out, folks. We appreciate Frank taking his time to come talk nonsense with us. So we're going to take a cheers to the second half of the show. I just need to pour my shot real quick.
What are you drinking tonight, Jalen?
4 Roses.
Okay. What about you, G Money?
In honor of this being our 250th episode, no, I wasn't part of all of it, I am drinking Jack Daniel's number 27.
There you go. What about you there, Frank? Is it water?
Yeah.
Hey, don't. Hey, you know, we've had a guy all the time drinking water. His name is Nestor. He's a bitch.
I was like, where is he going with this?
Actually, you know what? I don't think we've done enough to talk about it, Jalen. This being our 250th episode.
Yes, 250.
I was going to say, that's a monumental.
I actually, G Money and I did not plan this. I've been pouring shots with the Jack Daniels old number 27. It's been discontinued by Jack Daniels, so there's only so many more sips of this we can have. But I figured at episode 250, we should enjoy.
Amen. Cheers.
That's awesome.
Cheers, gentlemen.
If we make it another 250 with G Money and I on this show, it'll be a miracle. So, yeah.
Cheers. Yeah. Let's get to 300.
Yeah.
All right. We have community comments to get to. Really, the only one here is I asked who's going to win the AFC North. This is all from, of course, TikTok. Excuse me. All right, so AFC North, who is winning this year? This is what folks had to say at home. I, of course, said that the Ravens are going to win. I don't think the Bengals are going to start fast enough in order to catch them. That's just what history has told me, so excuse me. Twitch Fei Long says, Bengals low-key might miss the playoffs again, depending on that defense. The official Amazon Prime, this is not the official Amazon Prime, says the Ravens. April 10th says, Bengal defense is too bad. Joe Burrow going to miss a couple games. Steelers take second. Bengals third. Dinosaur Pancake says, Ravens were balling last year, and they added a veteran wide receiver and a veteran cornerback. Forget division. Lamar got to win the whole AFC. I'm not mad at that.
He probably said the same thing when they got Odell Beckham, too. Sounds like the same thing that people were saying last year when they got Odell Beckham. Can we go back for a second with the guy that he talked about low-key Bengals might miss the playoffs? Like, that's a hot take.
Yes.
He's the only one saying.
Like they didn't just do that last year.
By all means.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the year before.
Okay. George Seward says, don't cut out Cleveland. Injuries can happen. Well, George, I think the entire division would have to get run over by a train or something.
I guess if Lamar and Burrow and Rodgers all go down in week 3, then I guess
they all
the
had
Browns
peyote in the woods.
Winning the division with 5 or 6 games. It would be if all 3 of those quarterbacks down within 3 weeks, the Browns got a shot.
Blake says Ravens easily. Hunter says Ravens are the best team in the AFC, absolutely loaded. As a lifelong Packers fan, I don't count out A-Rod though. All right. Awkward Allison says Houday. Okay. Don't worry about it says Ravens no different. And then last but not least, Corey. High regard. Gone through. Oh, this is just spam. Never mind. Sorry. So, yes, everyone seems to be in agreement that the Ravens are running away with this one.
It would be a shame that if it's and G Money and I were talking about this, that it would be like a distravesty to the NFL if Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow never win a Super Bowl. Much less if Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen never go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then we should trade those teams to somebody else. The owner should have to give them to somebody else. What we're talking about is generational people. You're screwing the fans if those people never make a Super Bowl.
Hey man, that is still so odd to think. Josh Allen nor Lamar Jackson, we've never seen them play in a Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, you can make Patrick 5 out of 6 years the Chiefs have gone there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had 5 years of Mahomes and 1 year of Burrow, and meanwhile, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson just fighting for MVPs, and they're just
yeah.
Tom Brady effect.
Yes. So this
but even
segues.
Big Manny went in there and won one. I mean,
yeah. This segues right into our last topic here, and usually one of our longest. What's up with that? Where we each go around and we share our thoughts. We share our heart on what is currently bothering us in the world of sometimes sports.
Okay, you say sometimes. One time I did that.
I believe last week we were talking about sports betting in the WNBA and dildos on the court, which I guess involves sports, but doesn't really. So
on the floor. All right, I have two legitimate. Two, and I'll try to be fast. I got two. One. I am a Seattle sports fan, born and raised. Washington, move to Tampa. Fuck all Tampa teams. You can kiss my ass. Legitimately. And I won't even wipe before you do it. But as a Mariners fan, to go on a 9-game winning streak and be tied with the Houston Astros for the lead in the AL West, and then I think we went 2-7 in our last 9 games. In our last 3 games, we played the Phillies. And we lost all 3 to the Phillies. And we had 45 strikeouts. We gave up 29 runs. And it was a shit show. We gave up 55 hits, as G Money reminded me before the show. 20 hits in today's game where we lost 11-2. So Mariners, please pull your head out of your ass. Pitchers, start pitching like you should. And let's get this back on track. And number 2, and this is the funniest one to me, guys. Auburn University. The Auburn Tigers, which affectionately call themselves War Eagle, which means that they're fucking retarded because their mascot is a tiger, but they scream War Eagle. We won't even get into that. They have decided that yesterday, they said, hey, everybody in the world, we are going to claim 4 more national championships that we've never won, but we're just going to start claiming them. 4. And it goes all the way back to 1910. So they said that they're claiming a national title in 1910, where they went 6-1 and lost 9-0 to Texas. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Panthers, went 9-0 and didn't even allow a point scored the entire season. But Auburn said, you know what? We're claiming a national title. Now let's move on to 1914, where they were 8-0-1 and they tied Georgia. They finished second in the SEC, and they decided that they were better than Army's 9-0 season. So they're like, you know what? We'll just claim another natty there. Then we can move on to 1958, and I know my mom is listening right now, and her blood is boiling, and that concerns me a little bit because my mom is old and she doesn't have that much blood, and if it boils, that temperature's going to go up, and she's small. Auburn was 9-0-1, 0 ranked wins, and their one tie was against a 5-4 Georgia Tech team. Meanwhile, they're saying that they should have the national championship over an 11-0 LSU team that won the Sugar Bowl. But they think, you know what, we should have a national championship there too. And then you fast forward to 2004 when USC and Oklahoma played, and USC beat the shit out of Oklahoma. I think it was like 55 to whatever. Oklahoma didn't matter. Applewhite was, or I think his last name was White. I think he won the Heisman that year. No, he probably didn't. No, Reggie Bush won the Heisman. Jason White. But USC beat the shit out of him. But then that title got vacated because, you know, Reggie White's parents got sucked into some shithole of an agent, and they bought a $275,000 house, which sounds stupid when you think about NIL right now. So they vacated the Heisman and the national championship. Well, Auburn was the 3rd team in the BCS at 12-0. So they think that they should be the national champions because USC had to vacate. So apparently in college football, we can just start saying whatever the fuck we want, and we're just national champions. Like in one day, you just release a press release. You you don't even talk about it. Just a press release. Hey guys, just letting everybody know we're adding 4 more national championships to our resume. And none of them make any fucking sense.
Yeah, how can you go back over 100 years and just be like we're claiming
God. Yeah, like goddamn, like, hey guys, we're just gonna do 4 more. Meanwhile, Michigan gets to keep their national championship, even though the NCAA was able to prove that they were cheating, and they didn't have to vacate any wins. vacate the national championship. Yet Ohio State had to vacate wins because Terrell Pryor was getting free tattoos at a tattoo shop when he was the quarterback in Ohio State. And Reggie Bush's family got a $275,000 house. Like the NCAA is a fucking joke. I don't even know how you regulate this shit. The NCAA is probably like, Auburn, we just got through this Michigan shit. Like, why now? Like now we gotta. But apparently, you can just, if you think you had a good year,
yeah,
you can just say you're a national champion. So I'm pretty sure that the University of Oregon, with Phil McKnight at the helm because of all that Nike money, they're probably going to come out with about 8 years that they probably should have won the national title. And so they will. Phil McKnight will probably do like 10 or 11 because he's got to outdo anybody else. He's like, we're better than Nick Saban, even though we've never legitimately won one. But I'm looking for Oregon to come out and say that we've won more than anybody else. This is fucking ridiculous. And on top of that, you got the Big Ten saying, you know what, a 12-team playoff isn't good enough. Let's go to 24. This is... I'm a Husky fan. I love my dogs. I love college football. But it's like everyone is trying their best to just fuck it up. And it pisses me off. At the end of the day, we got college football, and you're damn well right. I'm going to be watching like Western Kentucky play some other goddamn school that I don't give a shit about. This is going to be a real fucking game. It's going to be college football. I'm going to watch it, but I'm still fucking pissed. All right, there's my 2. Let's go.
I feel like we should let Frank go next.
Oh, that was great. It's kind of funny though, because mine kind of correlates a little bit with baseball too. Because as a Diamondbacks fan, especially, we had kind of top 10 aspirations in going into the year. I was gonna say, miss having Suarez, but yeah, no, freaking World Series aspirations.
I wish we missed Suarez.
Hovering
on the team. He's batting 142 right now, man. He's not doing anything.
It's like you fell apart the minute he got on the plane.
Yeah. Terrible. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All this to be hovering 500. Then we're going to release an AZ Central or whatever the fuck article it was about, Ketel Marte is rubbing guys in the locker room the wrong way, and that's why everything's kind of falling apart. It's like, no. The reason why this season has gone to shit is because our ownership and our GM, our pitching contracts are ass. Every pitcher we give a big money deal to either gets hurt, is beans. We dealt with Bumgarner, now we got freaking Erod. Our bullpen and Zach Gallen, just between the two of them, over 30 of our losses this year. We've blown 25 saves, and we're going to put that on Marte? No, it's the freaking mismanagement of the fucking pitching staff and the inability to want to pay. But anyway, that's mine.
I will say this. I'll say this. I thank you for Naylor. I appreciate him. I hope we can re-sign him. He's great. Suarez, both G Money and I were talking about if we could get both of them, that'd be great. But then Suarez ended up being Suarez from when he was with the Mariners. And that is dog shit. And I would legitimately, I would rather have Williamson back at third base that couldn't hit a softball if I had his glove. Over what Suarez is doing at the plate. But Naylor, I like Naylor. I love Naylor. Naylor he doubled the amount of stolen bases in like 2 weeks with the Mariners that he had all year with the Diamondbacks. And Frank, he's a thick ass guy. That is a big guy. He is thick in the hips.
Oh, dude, he's a beast.
I don't know how he gets from first to second the way he does. but Jesus Christ, like, damn. Yeah, but I like Naylor, but Suarez, Jesus Christ, killing me.
Yeah, no, freaking Suarez fell apart.
He was, I hate it.
That is a good segue to mine with questionable GMing. Mine is more or less the same as what it was last week, which is the fact that the Colts have named Daniel Jones as their Week 1 starter over Anthony Richardson. Now, this is not an indictment on Daniel Jones. Sure, you're in the job, obviously. It's more of just a Anthony Richardson. What the hell are you doing? I don't get how you lost your sort of starting job to Daniel Jones, and you've been there for the past, what is this, year 3, I believe? And at this point, like, what is he supposed to do as the second string quarterback? Like, what kind of leg do you have to stand on in the locker room when it's like, all right, the new guy came in and now he's the new starter, and now you're still standing there like, all right, come on, guys. Like, they've got to move him. At this point, you cannot legitimately keep him on the team long term, unless Daniel Jones gets struck by lightning or something weird. I don't understand Anthony Richardson. Like, what an absolute disaster that has been drafting him.
Now, Jalen, I will say
he's already got a sick nickname.
I will say this: that drafting Anthony Richardson when you did, who I think had only started 15, 16 games in college football, he was unpolished, right? Where the Colts drafted him, they thrust him into the starting lineup earlier than he should have been. He should have been a developmental quarterback. He never should have been drafted where he was in the first round. Now, I will say he did not help himself. Now, the front office is a lot to blame. You never should have drafted him where you drafted him.
Yes.
He should have been a developmental guy. But the biggest thing to hang on his own hat is when he took himself out last year. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was week 4. He took himself out on like a third down play because he was tired. He said he needed a breather. I was like, bitch, like, you're not a running back. Like, you're the quarterback. Like, you can't do that as a quarterback. But my biggest fear, Jalen, because he does have a lot of tools, and there's talent there. My biggest fear is that someone like Sean McVay at the Rams gets a fucking hold of him while they got Stafford and all these people, and you let him into a Sean McVay offense and give him a whole fucking offseason, and then all of a sudden he starts playing great and Sean McVay wants to coach another 8 years. That's going to fucking piss me off because I'm waiting for the Rams to fall off the fucking cliff with Stafford. And I feel like Anthony Richardson has enough. Like, I feel like he has enough talent that, like, a Sean McVay can get shit out of him. And I'm like, please don't let him go to the Rams. Because like you said, they got to move him. Can't stay. Just stay out of the NFC West. Go to the AFC East. Like go to the Dolphins or something. Let McDaniels deal with it.
Well, that sounds like a disaster.
But I do think that the Colts fucked the whole thing up. They had bad coaching, bad GM. I do think that Richardson was in a bad spot when he got there. When he pulled himself out of the game for a breather, that was a what the fuck moment. It is like, what is that? But please don't go to the Rams. I can hear that he might get the Rams. Don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I've never heard of a quarterback taking himself out of a game. That was a first for sure. But even if he did go to the Rams, I feel like that would need to happen like immediately because it's getting to the point where it's like I don't know if he's just too far gone or if he's just that bad. Because he had like a couple of games these past 2 years where it was like, oh, okay, I can see why the Colts wanted him. Outside of those like 2 or 3 games, he's just been ass. I don't know how else to say it.
he to me, he's Trey Lance with more starts, but he went to a terrible fucking team. And he didn't have anyone to develop him there. And he because even G Money and I've talked about this. Trey Lance and Richardson, they didn't play enough college games.
Yep.
Be ready for the NFL. The only difference between Indianapolis and San Francisco is that San Francisco lucked in the Brock Purdy, and then didn't have to keep playing Trey Lance when he came back from an injury. The Colts didn't have any other choice to keep throwing him out there. But I mean, at some point you got when did we stop in the NFL developing quarterbacks?
Right.
We're just like, hey, we drafted you, get in there and go. Not everyone's ready. Not everyone's ready to do it.
Very few.
So I know that
very few are.
I'm looking right now, and I know that I'm going to add some minutes to this podcast, but I'm looking at G Money's face. I know that G Money has an opinion, and I want to hear G Money's opinion. Oh, he just sat up. Here we go. Hands behind your head.
Stretching.
G Money, W, go for it. Give us your opinion, buddy.
You know, as you said, we've discussed this pretty much ad nauseum. They draft. You take him, the 4th pick overall?
Yep.
That just shows how fucking high you are. Because everybody knew prior to the draft, yeah, you can draft him, but you should draft him 5th, 6th round, maybe 7th round, right? Develop him behind a good starting quarterback. And in 2 or 3 years, you've got yourself probably a good starting quarterback. But you don't draft him with the 4th pick and then put him out there and expect him to be your savior. He didn't save Florida. How the hell is he going to save the Colts? I mean, it's unrealistic. And I think you all have touched on this before. Owners with so much money and in their own personal businesses are used to saying, do this and it's done. And not expecting anybody to question them. I paid $2.5 billion for this team. I'm paying all your salaries. We're drafting him. And we're drafting him we've got the 4th pick. We're taking him. It's nobody else is going to take him in the 1st round. No one. He's going to be there. Take someone that you really can use and can help your team right away. And you see this. You see this in football. You see it in basketball. In basketball, you see it with trades, where they're trading for players and they're giving up their future for former All-Pros that they think are going to lead them to the promised land, and they don't. Bad ownership will sink a franchise, and it takes years to to move away from that. And that's what we see. We see it in the NFL. We see it in the NBA. Major League Baseball is a little different because of the way the draft is. But with Major League Baseball, you see owners that are going I only need to spend $30, $40 million, and I'm going to make $60 million a year with the revenue sharing and everything. Why the fuck do I need to build a winning team? Why do I need to spend a lot of money when I just sit back and watch the money come in? My team's a fucking cash cow. I don't care if it ever wins. The fans are going to be there. They'll complain, but they're not going to stop being fans. I mean, Oakland fans, when the A's moved to Sacramento and they're moving to Vegas, maybe, A's fans still showed up. I mean, you may not have had a sold-out stadium because they were pissed at the owner, but they still showed up. So that's what ownership knows. Fans will show up, and I don't care if I sell out my stadium or not, because that TV money is a whole lot more than me selling out that stadium.
I would also like to point out that in Richardson's first year, he got hurt after 4 games, didn't play again.
Yep.
In his 2nd year is when Jonathan Taylor held out for half the fucking season.
Yeah.
One of the best running backs in football. There was no pathway to success for this guy. So yeah, he hasn't been great, but I think if he goes into a good position, no one thought Baker would be balling out right now, right?
That's true.
No one thought Baker would be balling out. You get him in the right coaching staff and give him a little bit of time. Maybe year 5 or 6, he has all the tools. Maybe he can do it. I think it's a little bit of a product of his own immaturity because he didn't play much in college and the team he went to. I mean, the owner's daughter is out there wearing a fucking headset, listening to what people are saying, acting like she understands what the fuck they're talking about. And that's what they have now going on. Cocaine stripping ass off of a hooker. Ursay died. Now you got this girl in charge. Like, the Colts are fucked. They're absolutely fucked.
When Shane Steichen, I think that was late last week, when they had that press conference, and he was like, all options are still on the table. Like, we still don't know who the starter is. The way he said that, I said, oh no. This has Daniel Jones written all over it. And lo and behold, Daniel Jones starter. I said, oh no.
Indiana Jones.
Another funny thing to what you said, Jalen, is that there's been 3 teams that people have been identifying as wanting to tank for Arch Manning, and that's the Colts, the Browns, and the Saints. Is that they're saying they're thinking that Arch Manning's gonna come out after this year, and they're all tanking for this guy. And then I saw this thing on Twitter today with a Saints fan where Archie Manning came out and said, no, he's not going to come out this year. He's going to come out next year. And this fan literally he was like, we'll suck ass again next year. We're in it for the long haul, buddy. There's a few teams out there that are like, we don't give a shit. We want Arch. The Colts, the Browns, and Saints are doing their best.
We do this all day.
You think we won't be bad next year? Just watch.
We're in it for the long haul.
Dude, that's like an Arizona mantra.
I'm sticking with from Vanilla Vic to Indiana Jones. I'm sticking with Indiana Jones.
God, if they call him Indiana Jones now, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, they already have.
Vanilla Vic. I like that more than Vanilla Vic. Indiana Jones. If he don't come out in pregame with an Indiana Jones hat on, he's missing it. He needs to do it. That needs to be a thing. Indiana Jones.
So wait, does that mean Kylo needs to dress up in a Call of Duty garb before the game?
Considering what they're doing with Call of Duty right now, that's dangerous. There's a lot of damn
Nicki Minaj skin.
There's all kinds of skins.
All right, G Money or Nestor, what's up with that? What is on your heart this week?
G Money, go first.
Okay, so mine actually has to do with sports and social media.
Fun.
So last week, it was like Thursday, I was perusing social media looking for souls to crush and egos to kill. And
that's a lot of fun.
It is. Rolled onto this post about Travis Hunter and his wife getting a divorce and his wife seeking $40 million. And I'm like, So left that, went to legit sites, and nothing about it. I'm like, you motherfucker, you're posting bullshit. You're posting bullshit. I'm like, okay, you are posting this shit not happening right now. She's going to get knocked up and have a baby so she can have a continual stream of income. Yeah, not right now. She's not divorcing him right now. A year from now, a year and a half from now, and she's got a 3-month-old, then she'll do it. But it's not happening now. And she wouldn't be asking for $40 million because even California doesn't dole out one person, the guy's total freaking income for his whole 5-year contract, basically. That's not happening. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? You just make shit up. Listen, dumb motherfucker. Stop posting stupid shit. And I'm like, okay, where's this site out of? Oh, it's out of fucking Pakistan. maybe Travis Hunter should go talk to President Trump and tell him how he's a big fan, how he's the best president ever, how, you know, he doesn't even know how anybody in the world can do anything without him, and then tell him that, by the way, these guys badmouthed me and my wife. Fucking send SEAL Team 6 in there and wipe their fucking asses out for me. Because, I mean, it's like, the fuck? You're doing it for fucking clicks. And none of it's true. I mean, none of it's true whatsoever. I think what they did is they posted a video of his wife crying about everything. I think that was like right after he won the Heisman, and they were talking about, you know, how she acted and everything. Now, we've all heard the stories about her at Colorado, and, you know, him driving her to parties and leaving her and sitting out in the car waiting. You know, I'll tell you what, we've all been in love. We've all made mistakes, you know, trusted a little too much, you know, wanted to believe a little too much, but they're not getting a divorce, and you post and you're posting fake bullshit. And that's it. It's that got to me, and then there's Seattle fan sites that are posting bullshit about the Seahawks. Oh, they're dropping this all-pro. They're trading for this guy. I was like, no, they're fucking not.
Clickbait shit.
Once again, it's clickbait. Bitch, I report you. I just fucking report you. And then I'm like, you know, if you don't know what's going on with the Seahawks, don't post bullshit. Don't. I mean, it's easy enough to read, to listen, and to watch. And you can see. You can see if they're going to trade for someone. But they're not. They're not trading for Trey Hendrickson. That's not happening. They're not trading for Micah Parsons because Dallas isn't trading him. Fucking Jerry Jones is going to sign him. Jerry Jones loves the attention. He's an attention whore. Everybody knows that. And quite frankly, Micah Parsons will get signed. He'll get signed to a contract larger than what he would have gotten if the Cowboys had signed him last year. And everybody would be happy. But just posting bullshit, stop it. Be better. Be better.
Meanwhile, on the show, have we talked about Anthony Edwards?
We did 2 weeks ago. Or was that last week?
2 weeks ago? Was it last week?
Yeah.
I still think that's the biggest boss move ever, man. Just paying off your
It
whole
is.
goddamn support. Bit over like a little over like 1.0 million. That's awesome.
Yeah, just drop the cash right there. I'm done.
Echoing what G Money said, though, it has gotten out of hand with the reporting. There's even like reputable platforms that have gotten. Bleacher Report is notorious for being like big headline and then little potential trade. It's like, this is just something that we imagined, but we're going to report on it as if it has already happened.
Yeah, it's something we talked about in a room that might happen, so we're going to go ahead and publish an article saying that we think it should. But that's what it's all because this is what we think should happen, but we're going to port it like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. And, like, the whole times we're like, there's been some where I've clicked on and we're like, all pro gets let go or trade or something like okay, well, he was an all pro like 8 years ago. And we don't even remember the person anymore. Like, this is the type of clickbait shit you see on social media all the fucking time. I hate it that they make you go fact check it though. Because if it's true, you're like, oh, that's what's up. But like even June got caught with that a few weeks ago, didn't he? With, I forget what it was. NBA.
I think he was like LeBron to the Warriors. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, LeBron to the Warriors. And like 30 minutes later, he was like, "Sorry guys, that was clickbait." But like, it's just all over social media. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I don't really know what the exact solution is. Like, besides what G Money said, just be better. Like, stop doing that.
I think that players and teams should go after these places legally. over the false shit that they spread, are taking them to court over just this presumptive shit that they're talking about that smears people's names, because it is like it's a smear campaign against teams or players,
right?
And you know, like if Michael Parsons is trying to get a contract, but yet you're out there reporting that he could be going to these other teams.
Right.
Like if the Cowboys are hearing that, that could potentially be hurting the amount of money he could get. Like he could be like, no, fuck this, I'm going to start suing these people. I think that's the only thing that could happen is if these teams and players start taking legal action against these bullshit people that just go in there for fucking clicks. It's not journalism anymore.
No.
We are well past where we just talked about real sports shit. All hypothesis now.
Yeah. All right, Esther, bring us home.
I got a quick one. It's just a kind of like a two-part thing. Jake Paul and Tank Davis is like the next big boxing match. It's just the reason I'm comparing these two. Last week I was talking about Barcelona and Villarreal. There's a moment where, you know, something looks like a cash grab, and it is, and it just erodes the integrity of the sport. And there's a time where it kind of makes sense. With Barcelona in football, it kind of makes sense. There's a huge following in Miami and Florida of Barcelona fans. And Real Madrid being the fraudulent ass, dictatorship ass, buying trophies ass team in Spain, they want to stop that from happening because it makes sense. But when they wanted to go to freaking Qatar and have people like insult their own people, Spanish people, everything was fine, right? They're just a hypocritical piece of garbage. One of the worst teams in all of sports. It makes sense to have that game in Miami. I'm personally going in December. Spanish Federation approved the game, so it looks like it's about to be approved by FIFA and UEFA. But the boxing, like, dude, I've seen the last few, like, two boxing events I've seen are terrible. You can just see it's scripted and rigged. Like, no wonder UFC is so big now because, like, and it has been for years, because nobody wants to watch scripted garbage like Jake Paul versus Tank Davis.
The fact that
Why
you can
is
only
sue you?
2 fights is incredible. I can go back like 40 fights.
Oh yeah,
Boxing
absolutely,
is
absolutely.
man. It's been so corrupt. It's terrible.
Put a nail in the coffin already. It's just it's horrible.
Sad because it used to be huge, and boxing used to be great. And you know what? Hey, as you said it, let's go ahead and say rest in peace, the pay-per-view. Now that UFC has signed this deal with what, Paramount Plus, I think it was. I think it was Paramount Plus. UFC signed with. Pay-per-view is pretty much going to die now. I don't think they're going to be able to live.
No,
but yeah,
absolutely not.
boxing is a joke.
I know it's a Netflix deal. No one has said how much money they're getting though, right, for this Paul and Tank Davis fight.
I haven't seen anything
We don't
about
know
it.
that yet. Interesting.
I don't think so.
The fact that this guy is gunning. I don't want to keep the show going. I'm not going to keep the show going. I apologize. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. We don't need to get into it. We all know what we're thinking.
All right.
We have one more week of what's up with, like, right, with this segment?
Yeah, we've
one
got.
more
I
week.
think we've got 2 more weeks.
One more week. No, because
Okay.
next week. Oh yeah, we do have 2 more weeks because the NFL season doesn't start till Thursday after ours.
Okay.
Well, no, but we could do Ride or Die the week after because the NFL season is playing the next
week
weekend.
right before. We'll still probably have what's up with that for that last week.
But we can do a Ride or Die.
Yeah.
The ride or die is coming back, people.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
Get ready to pay that mortgage or pay that child support.
Whatever
it is.
Get ready to lose your house.
All right, folks. Thank you for sticking around, listening, watching, whatever you may be doing. Frank, thank you so much for joining us this week. Best of luck to you.
Awesome time as always,
fantasy.
guys.
Yes. So again, folks, Frank's TikTok is down in the description below, so be sure to check him out. We will see you all next week. We're getting closer and closer to kickoff, so stay tuned. See you all next week. Peace out. And